Do you know that having goals can destroy your self-esteem and ruin your chances for success? That sounds a little crazy, but proper use of goals can build your self-esteem and your identity and be vital for your success. And so I want to talk today a bit about the difference between goals and vision. And in the context of network marketing companies, um, often people are encouraged to do goals in a way that isn't helpful, right? Um, by the way, I'm sitting out here by my office today, hanging out, chair, uh, in Wisconsin, Heart Lake, Wisconsin. Anyways, so I learned this from David Bird, who's one of the maybe top leadership coaches in the world. He was the leadership coach for Nerium when they went from zero to $1 billion in cumulative sales under 5 years, debt-free, privately held company. And so the dude knows what he's talking about. And he says this, he goes, you need to be hitting your goals 70% of the time. So goals have a lot of utility and a lot of things they can do for you. I would say the first most helpful thing a goal can do is it can build your self-esteem if you do it properly, right? I'll give you an example. David Bird said he was working with a woman, and once a month they would get together and they would go over, goals for different areas of her life. Your health and fitness goals, your business goals, this, spiritual, whatever. In her physical fitness goals, she had a goal to stretch her back every single day. And she wasn't doing it, like zero. And he says to her, he goes, yeah, you have to get rid of this goal. She goes, yeah, no, but I need to do it. He goes, but you're not. Right? And she goes, no, I have to. He goes, no. He goes, I will not continue to allow you to fail. You must get rid of this goal. She goes, look. She goes, here's the deal. I've got this congenital spinal issue. My husband's is a physical therapist. For my long-term health, this has got to get handled. He goes, okay, how about this? How about this next month we make a goal that you stretch your back one single time the entire month? He goes, would you actually do it? She goes, yes. Yes, I would. He goes, great. Right. So they get together the next time and he goes, how's that going? She goes, then I do it once a week. He goes, oh my God, you're 400% over your stated goals. How do you feel? She goes, I feel pretty good. Notice increase in self-esteem. Guess what? He said, that woman now stretches her back every single day, right? Take ABC's Extreme Makeover Weight Loss Edition, right? So here the coaches are, they're working with Bob. Bob's got 200 pounds to lose, right? By the way, Bob didn't get there by being good at following through on goals. You understand, right? Bob didn't make a goal to be 200 pounds overweight. So when Bob joins the program, Bob's like, oh, I'm excited. So what are we doing this week? And they're like, well, Bob, here's your goal this week. All we want you to do is drink 1 quart of water more per day than you normally do. And Bob's like, Bob's like, well, of course I could do that. That's silly. But that's not going to make me lose 200 pounds. They're like, yeah, don't worry about that. Hit the goal, make the goal, hit the goal, celebrate it. Now, if you talk to Bob after he's lost 200 pounds and you ask him, tell us about your experience on the show, likely Bob is not going to tell you that he lost 200 pounds. What Bob is going to tell you is he learned how to keep commitments to himself. So as you start your network marketing business and you set some goals first that are almost laughable. Does that make sense? You're like, of course I would do that. Something that you can control, like how many people you're going to call, not what rank you're going to hit. You can always control that, right? Set something that you're like, of course I could do that this week. Awesome. Set the goal, hit it, and celebrate it. Even more powerful is if you made the commitment to that goal in the company of some of your peers, on a group, in an environment, a WhatsApp chat, something. Go, hey, by the way, my goal this week is to do XYZ. Come back the next week and say, I did what I said I was going to do. That part is very important. Why? Because it changes your identity from someone who wants to be successful in network marketing but has always failed and never hit their goals, to oh, I do what I say I'm going to do, right? And you start notching it up bit by bit by bit. And in doing that, you change your identity. And your identity, here's the deal. The number one driver in human performance is to operate 100% in alignment with your identity. So you could say, I'm going to do this massive thing, but if you don't have enough deposits in your personal integrity account, you're going to have major issues. So have a vision. A vision is where you take your God-given imagination and so clearly imagine and see and feel the desired end result with such clarity of detail and emotion that it feels real already to you. And in that vision, you ask yourself, how come it was so easy to create this? Have a massive vision, right? But a vision isn't a goal. If I ask you, what's your vision? And you go, well, I want to do X, Y, Z. It's like, no. That's a goal, not a vision, right? A vision is present tense, right? It's always present tense. So a vision is one way to describe faith, and faith is the hand that reaches out and doesn't come back empty, you see? So as you move forward in business or your network marketing business, get good at hitting goals, right? That's your first skill set, to learn how to set a goal and hit it, right? And sometimes you might have to start off with a laughably simple goal to make sure that you're hitting it, especially if you have a history of not following through. Anyways, hope this is helpful. Hope you're having a great weekend.